So Pentax have recently announced that they're looking at making a new film camera. Pentax. Do they even still make cameras? Now don't get me wrong, I love my film photography. That's what this channel was originally about before I started playing around with cinema cameras instead. But as much as I appreciate that somebody is looking at bringing back a film camera, I do have to ask the question why. And really I think what Pentax are trying to do here is, firstly, they see it as a good marketing gimmick. People are talking about Pentax finally. Again, I don't even know if they still make cameras. Secondly, they probably will look at making a new film camera. And everybody's getting a bit excited about this because they're remembering things like the Pentax 672 and the Super Takumar lenses, which are awesome, and you know, the lenses at least are still relatively affordable and easy to get hold of. But in reality, if Pentax do bring something to the market, I don't think it's going to be a Pentax 673 or a decent SLR camera with really nice glass. It's probably going to be plastic, cheap, possibly pink, and yeah, I'm not that excited about it. Now, let's say for example that Pentax do go ahead and make this camera. They're probably going to price it in a way where it will appeal to younger customers. It won't be something that competes with the Leica M6 or even older film cameras. I just honestly can't see it happening. The other thing is, there's a lot of film cameras still available. Yes, they will start dying out, and people buying Contax T2s for stupid money are sitting on a time bomb there for when the electronics stop working in them. But that being said, there's plenty of things like Olympus OM cameras that are readily available, affordable, and just great cameras. But for me, film photography has a bigger problem, and it's this. Well, firstly, you can't buy this anymore. Secondly, these guys now have a monopoly on color film. Now, not a huge problem for someone like me who prefers black and white film photography. For the target audience that Pentax are probably going after, they want color film, and color film is becoming extremely expensive, and Kodak does not have any competitors in the game anymore. It has a monopoly, so it can charge what it wants within reason, but it can charge what it wants for film. And what I think that the film photography industry and community needs is for a competitor to Kodak. I would like to see either Fuji come back into the game. Hopefully that would push prices down back to a more sensible level, or a new company step up. Either that be Ilford, start getting into the color game. The other one would be the Chinese. I can't see an American or British company coming into the game and creating films. I know people will talk about things like CineStill, but CineStill really is a very small company. CineStill are doing great stuff, but what they're really doing is just purchasing stock from the Kodak motion picture arm and cutting it into 35 and 120 film. Now, yeah, I might sound like a miserable old git, and I am. I readily admit it. But part of my concern is, once the generation that are just starting to get into film realize that they are spending an extortionate amount of money on buying the film, then having the film developed, whether they have a scanner or not, they have to pay additional costs for that, that after around 100 films or so, especially if they own something like a Contax T2, they could have bought one of these. My concern is we don't really need new film cameras. What we need is new film stocks. Anyway, that's a bit of a rant from me today. I couldn't think of anything else to talk about, and the other video I wanted to go and make, it's raining outside, so I can't go and do that. But what do you think? Do you think we need a competitor to Kodak in this game, or like me, you're just happy with the black and white stocks that are available to you and you don't really care about color photography and color films? And yeah, what do you think about Pentax? It's going to be rubbish, right? I mean, if I'm wrong about this Pentax being rubbish, I will kiss Carl McDougall on the lips. Anyway, thanks for watching the channel. I'm actually going to go and try and make something that's less of a moan. Bye bye.